Okay. Jeg var sgu godt ikke klar.
No, okay.
Too bad.
Well,
Hi and welcome.
hi everybody. So, we were asked to help Museum of Danish America to explain a great Danish tradition, if I have to say myself.
Great.
Great Danish tradition. Fastelavn.
Yeah. And why are we asked, Christine? What is?
Well, first of all, I worked at the Museum of Danish America.
You did.
I did, and I was really good at it.
Of course you were. You're good at everything you do.
And secondly, somebody had heard our podcast
Right in the peacock.
over there across the pond and thought that we would be exquisite at this job to explain a very old Danish tradition.
Yes.
So, and you gladly wanted to participate.
Of course, you brought merchandise with Danish flags on them and everything. So
we're of course wearing Museum of Danish America merchandise.
Yes.
You can get it at the online store now that it's COVID.
Hashtag
Promotion.
All right. So
we have to get into this.
yes, let's get to it.
Because today, in this time, it's usually mostly a kids' tradition.
It is.
It is. Kids have the chance to dress up, eat a ton load of sweets and candy, and hit people with something that we will get back to later.
Yes.
Yes. But it has not always been that way. It was actually all the way up into the 18th century a adult event.
So adult dress up and hit people?
No, it was still the kid who had the chance to hit them.
So kids still hit, but it was an adult.
It was an adult event
party
at the beginning.
Okay.
It was all about drinking. We are famous for that.
Yes. Hashtag Danish traditions.
And we've done that for centuries. It was about eating meats, snuggling up, dance, party, like get everything out of your system before Lent.
Yes, because actually it's all about Lent, right?
Yeah, it's all about Lent.
That's like that's like the main point. But in Denmark, what we usually do is if we're told to Lent for a period of time, then we'll have a party before we start. So we'll just sleep it off. That's how we do it.
Exactly. So, when is Fastelavn?
Well, this year, Fastelavn is the 14th of February.
Valentine's.
It's Valentine's Day, so you can dress up, you can hit people, and you can fall in love. It's beautiful. It's not the reason I say that this year it's the 14th is because it's not the 14th every year. It actually always falls 50 days before Easter.
Yes.
So it moves around a little.
Yeah, like any other Danish tradition, it is Christian. It comes from Christian tradition.
It comes from Christian tradition, so of course it's with Easter and everything.
Yeah, exactly. And what do you need? What do you need a calendar for when you have Christianity?
Exactly. That's
to tell you when to do everything.
Exactly. When to land and when to party and when to drink. I don't think the drinking was the original, but we made it our own.
Exactly. And to get a little nerdy about it,
yes,
Fastelavn in Old German means the night before Lent.
Yes.
Just like Carnival, that you will get into in a second, is in Latin meet goodbye. As it meets like meat, like meat goodbye.
Like
meat.
Like meat. Yeah. By meat. So, but yes, Carnival, Fastelavn is much like Carnival. It's much like Halloween, as you know it in the United States. The thing is, the thing that differs here, if you ask me, but in general, it has nothing to do with being spooky.
No.
That's like, it's nothing to do with Day of the Dead or anything. It's fun and it's sweet and the kids go from door to door, just like you do at Halloween. and sing a little song.
Yes.
Fastelavn mit navn, boller vil jeg have. Hvis jeg ingen boller får, så laver jeg ballade. Which actually means that if I don't get any baked goods, I'll trick.
Yeah, it's trick or treat.
Yeah, I will.
Exactly.
I will be, doing stuff to you at your house.
Something with eggs and toilet paper. I've heard that's very popular in America.
Yes. And also Mardi Gras in New Orleans.
Oh yeah,
I have that same vibe from that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Danish Fastelavn is a lot about feathers and serpentines.
Serpentines and
believe.
cats.
And cats, but we'll get back to the black cats in a second.
Yes, we will. Because what do we do at Fastelavn? That's why I said cat.
Well, what we do at Fastelavn is we slå katten af tynden.
We beat the cat off the barrel.
Yeah, that sounds ridiculous.
It sounds ridiculous, but
and to many, all of us alive included, that means this more like figuratively. It's not that we actually do it, but it has
not anymore.
Not anymore, because actually, up until 1830, Danes put a very much alive black cat into the barrel and smashed the living hell out of it.
Yeah.
And we did it for a reason. It was not just like some sick YouTube joke. You've seen this. Well, no.
Yeah.
We did it for a reason, and that was, of course, because our entire community would not get the plague if we did.
It was superstition and bad luck and...
Bad luck, like black magic and all of that with witchcraft and all of that. We get rid of that if we kill a cat.
By beating the hell out of it in a barrel. But today the barrel has this little cat printed on it instead.
That is actually like the original cat.
This is the original cat. This is
it's
the one
on every barrel.
Yeah, and in every rice that we'll come back to later.
Yeah.
Yeah. The funny thing is this hitting the cat off the barrel. I love to say that. in the future I'll just say hit the cat off the barrel. It's actually what we believe to be a Dutch tradition brought to Denmark in the 1500s.
Yes.
Yes. And the funny thing is...
What is the funny thing, Sam?
Right now we're here at Amager, Copenhagen South. And this is where it all started. This was the place they started to beat the cat off the barrel. So we went back to the place where it all started to tell you this and to make you this video.
Of course. And to blame the Dutch.
And to blame the Dutch.
For a terrible, terrible tradition.
Yes.
Like, yeah.
We were Vikings. I don't think we have a lot to say with terrible things to do.
Nah, no, you're probably right.
Yeah, I'm probably
you're
right.
Probably right.
Probably.
But there's another tradition with hitting the cat off the barrel.
Oh, yes.
And that's the Cat King and the Cat Queen.
Let me introduce to you the crown.
The original paper gold foil crown. These were staples in all middle schools in the entirety of Denmark. And still is, I believe.
They still use these.
This is the crown, and you can't buy any other crown. It has to be this crown. So I was thinking, Sam, could we wear this for the rest of the video?
I'll take the queen.
Yeah, I'll take the king.
Of course.
That's great. Oh, yeah.
All right, so...
Okay, I just did this entirely wrong.
So let me tell you how I became the cat queen, because that's the first thing you can become when you hit the cat off the barrel.
Oh my god, I look ridiculous with this crown.
It's amazing. I love it. To become the cat queen, you have to beat the bottom out of the barrel.
Yeah.
So what we do is we take turns. We stand in a line, then we get a bat, and then we hit the barrel. And when the barrel has been hit a lot of times, especially if you have small kids,
it takes forever.
Don't go to the tradition with small kids because they're like, nope.
I have a very good anecdote on that.
Yes.
When I was like a tiny baby kid, my dad, we were always invited for Fastelavns at my grandmother's, and my dad and my uncle hit the out of that barrel before we even got a turn, because they were like, I can't stand watching this for hours.
No.
Nothing happens.
It can take quite a long time.
Yes.
So to become cat queen, the one who hits it and the bottom falls out,
yes,
will become the cat queen. And is this also a time when people attack it?
Everybody runs to the ground because the barrel is not full of a dead cat anymore. It's full of sweets and surprises, and everybody runs to get as much candy as they can possibly have in their little tiny baby hands.
Yes. So when you hit the bottom out, you're closest, so just get there and just fill your pockets. There's a lot of candy in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
exactly.
to become the cat king.
Oh, and this is quite the job to be the cat king. To be the cat king, you have to hit down the last board of it's a wooden barrel, the last board of the barrel.
Yeah.
To get that off the string that's like holding the barrel up.
Yeah.
And that's really, people have a lot of like tricks to get all of these ridiculous awards.
Yeah, that's the funny thing. Everybody gets candy, but the only thing is, if I like the bottom out, I get this small, funny crown.
Yeah.
And if you,
and I get the big. It's very like Russian Empire.
It is. Yeah, it is.
I'm not mad at it.
I think it's Dutch monarchy. Actually, I don't know. But yeah, that's
pretty much like
that's
the
pretty
cat
much
king and the cat queen.
Yes. And then there's another thing that I love, and you're holding on to it for dear life.
No. Yeah. So, Sam, what is this?
This
besides it being bird branches.
It's a Fastelavnsris.
You can't translate that.
No, I tried. Okay. It's a Fastelavnsris. This is something that you take in the morning as a kid. You go in
to
your parents and you beat the shit out of them. Oh, that's it.
Nikki will probably beep it up. But yeah.
Okay. But you beat your parents, and you do that to increase fertility.
Yeah, because we like babies.
We like babies, so we believe that by hitting your parents at Fastelavns morning, they would get babies.
Babies.
Yeah, and it's actually, now I think about it, it's quite weird that you send your kids in to beat you to get more kids. Well, it's Danish, it's tradition.
It's what we do. It's what we do.
It's what we do.
And when you're done with your parents, if you live at a farm or lived at a farm,
oh yes,
you would go to your farm animals, cows, sheep, whatever, and give them a turn as well.
Yeah.
So we've been through almost everything.
Almost everything about this tradition, yes.
But there's no Danish tradition without baked goods.
No, we love it.
Pastries, Danish pastries.
Yes.
And Tom, what's special about the Fastelavns pastry?
The Fastelavnsbolle, as it is called in Danish, it's a baked good that there are a lot of opinions about.
Ooh.
Because you can get them in puff pastry,
in yeast dough.
You get them closed, opened, with custard, with jam, with whipped cream.
Yeah.
So there's quite a few ways to do it.
Yeah.
And as you pointed out before when we talked about it, depending on where you come from the country. The funny thing about Denmark is we're a small country.
The smallest.
The smallest country. But still, we have opinions depending on where we come from. Like, this is the way a Fastelavnsbolle
is made.
Yeah. Personally, I like the open ones, puff pastry and custard.
I love that you say that because I'm a puff pastry jam girl.
Okay, I had one of those yesterday, actually.
They are really good.
They are good, but I love custard.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. No, but everybody at the moment, there's these huge lines in front of Copenhagen bakeries. That's the only ones that I've seen, at least. For this closed yeast dough kind of thing with custard in the middle.
Yeah.
And like some glaze on top. I'm not into that.
No.
We need puff pastry.
The thing is, I think the original was a yeast dough and some whipped cream.
Oh yeah, because
puff
puff pastry didn't get into like Danish cooking baking tradition before like very close to now.
Okay.
So it has been a yeast dough, and the puff pastry would be like very
extravagant.
Yeah,
as we are, because we're kings and queens. So we need our puff pastry.
We need our puff pastry.
Yes.
You custard, me jam.
Yes.
Oh.
You custard, me jam.
And it has to be raspberry jam.
Yeah, of course, raspberry jam.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but when we eat those, and when we hit the cat off the barrel, and we beat our parents with branches.
We're usually dressed up.
It's holy. When we talk about this tradition, it seems
it makes
weird.
More and more like less sense.
Yeah.
And it has made so much sense for my entire life.
Yeah, this was just what we did. But yeah, dressed up.
Yes.
I still have these. I do Halloween parties. Thank you, America, for bringing that into my life. But I also do Fastelavn parties sometimes.
Yeah, you do.
Because I like to dress up. It's fun. What is your best dress up?
Well, I'm glad you're asking. My best dress up was me, 2.5 years old.
Yes.
In a homemade lion costume.
You were a lion when you were 2.5?
I was a lion, yeah.
Oh, let me tell you something funny. Because when I was 2.5, I was a mouse. I was so cute as a mouse. But we were animals.
Duh.
Could you imagine the two of us?
We would be
two
so
and a half,
cute.
like a lion and a mouse.
My mom made like this. What is it called? The lions.
Mink.
Mink.
It's called a manke in Denmark. A mink. I think it's called a mink.
Mink. Okay, whatever.
We'll call it a mink from now on.
That's the name of it.
Brought to you by Right in the Peacock.
My mom made this out of like yarn.
Yeah.
Like in different like browny, earthy, orangey tones. Very creative.
Yeah.
But it was very rainy that Fastelavn that year.
So this was
This was Fastelavn.
This was Fastelavn.
Holy macaroni.
Holy macaroni. I'm gonna put on a mask now.
I think there's two.
Oh, there's two? No, there's not.
Okay.
It's just a thick
piece of cardboard.
Yes.
Oh, that's terrible.
So now you don't recognize me, and I can go to a Fastelavn party as an adult in the... When did we do that?
Only in 1700s.
1700s. Nobody knew who I was, so I could... No, I couldn't.
No. Don't be naughty, son, but you could.
Yes.
You could.
Okay, I have to take this off. So,
thank you so much.
Thank you.
For being a part of this. I hope that all of you learned a little bit more about Fastelavn, brought to you by Søren and I and our podcast, Lige Parfumen. Yeah.
Feel free to try it. I'm pretty sure that if you beat someone up wearing a costume as a mouse
on the 14th.
On the 14th. Bye-bye.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.